Thanks for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast brought to you by DraftKings. Hop on there right now. Put down $5 on these NBA playoff games. Doesn't even matter who wins. You get $150 in free plays. New customers only. All right. Now, joined by possibly the fastest man that has ever signed with the University of Arizona, Mr. Rayshon Speedy Luke. Speedy, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing?
Not too bad. First and foremost, I had a bunch of people ask, do you go by Rayshon or do you go by Speedy? What would you like U of A fans to call you?
It doesn't matter. Rayshon Luke, Speedy, whatever they're comfortable with. I say yes to both of them.
All right. Well, speaking of Speedy, all the time, you hear the term track speed all the time, and we get people that said, oh, so-and-so ran track. You're a different animal when it comes to track right here. I know you're a humble kid, but tell us a little bit about your track career right now.
So far it's been going pretty good. I finally got down my 400 this year, and I got down to 1032 legally. So I'm pretty thankful for that. Being number one in Cali, like you said, I'm pretty humble, so I kind of don't floss that or whatnot. But I'm just trying to do what I can and just, like I said, run a 10 flat because this is possible. I got 4 or 5 months to that to stay, so it's really possible. 4 or 5 weeks to stay, so it's really possible.
How does that work then? Is this something that can you compete in nationals then? Obviously, you might be the fastest guy in all of California. Is this something that you can take to the national level?
I don't know if I would go that far because I'm trying to get back into football and get going for my Arizona. So I'm probably just gonna stick to state, and whatever I do there is what I do there, and get going with my life.
All right, before we get to football, real quick, where'd you get your wheels from? Was your pops a track star? Where'd that all come from?
So I kind of learned from my pops and my moms that my mom was pretty fast, my dad was pretty fast, my granny was pretty fast, and just my whole relatives pretty fast, pretty athletic. So I kind of picked that up, of course, from them, and here I am.
We get a lot of people when you look, because you're such a unique individual, because a lot of people knew you were fast. They knew 4-star kid. But what they saw at the Army All-American game, where you just stuck out like a sore thumb, just running away from people right there, was that like? And again, you play against the best players in the country right there, just being in the conference that you're in. But was that a little bit of an eye opener for you, even as well, being that you were going against the absolute best and you're still running away from them?
Yeah, it was an eye opener. Like, dang, I'm doing this against like anybody, kind of. But it was an eye opener to me that I'm ready for college. Like, this just shows me that I'm ready for college. I'm ready for the next level. So that was kind of the eye opener of the All-American game to me personally. It was eye opener that I'm ready.
Right. All right. Now let's talk about a little bit of the transition back to football. First, a lot of people, you look at it and is there somebody you idol or you look at and you say, I play like him? Is it a Tyreek Hill? Is it a Deebo Samuel? Is there anybody out there that Rayshon Luke says that's a little bit like me?
I don't kind of like say I play like somebody, but I kind of idol not Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders.
Okay.
I kind of idol Barry Sanders, just the way he played. It was just different, and I feel like I'm kind of different in a sense, and that's how I'm trying to like portray my image and portray myself on the field, on the track field. Just I'm different. I'm ready, and I'm coming at all angles. You know what I'm saying? So
For
it's
sure.
kind of like I kind of just like try and put my game like him. But now, as far as like the new league and how the league is going, it's kind of like Christian McCaffrey, Alvin Kamara, kind of like those two type of guys. I like playing like those two type of guys, scat back. So it's kind of like how I portray my game.
The difference, a lot of players are really fast, but when you look at it, they're straight line fast. Yeah. You've got the ability, and you mentioned Barry Sanders right there. You've got the ability to make people miss, which a lot of fast people don't have. Was that also something that you were just kind of blessed with, making people miss as opposed to also running away from them?
Of course, you have to work at your craft, but me and my dad working days in and out, nights. Me, 8 years old, just putting in all the hard work and stuff. Kind of just came on the vision of, like you said, breaking the tackles, the cuts, knowing when to slow down, just knowing everything. And then as I got older, of course, it just looks better and looks better and looks better. And then as I got under the Bosco organization, it just got even better. with the offense we had ran there. So it was just kind of like it all just worked for me. And like I said, it just looks good. You know what I'm saying? So it's still work to be done. You know, I'm not saying like Arizona's going to make me even better. They're going to perfect certain spots that I need to perfect too. So and I just can't wait to just have the best game ever.
How did go into Bosco, where you've got 4 and 5 star kids, year in and year out? It seems. How did that improve your game?
Knowing that everybody is good and your spot can be taken, just it's just like how college is, how that's how they kind of like portray it. Like you said, it's like everybody is good, so it's kind of like you got to kind of come out and always be ready and always be prepared. So I feel like with that organization and with me already having the the fast offense, up the speed offense, the like you said, the preparation, just the the whole nine of how Bosco kind of transitioned me. I feel like it's all gonna work at Arizona because their organization is. I'm not saying it's just like college, but it's preparing you right to get into that situation.
We're not, and again, Jed Fish has changed a lot of things down here because
Yeah.
we're not used to getting recruits like you down here. We're just not. I'm just keeping it real. When Jed Fish took over, he said that recruiting would be the lifeblood of his program and that nobody would outwork him, whether that was in Arizona, California. Take me through a little bit about just your relationship. How did Jed Fish kind of get into the picture for you, and what made you really say, you know what, that's the guy that I want to play for?
He seen the unique in me that other coaches didn't, and he took advantage. And I'm glad he did because I'm ready to show all these other coaches why they didn't take advantage. And I'm very happy that I honestly picked me up and took me in. But back to what I was saying, is just he seen the unique in me. He seen what he needed his offense and what I needed. He's seen that he could make me a better man, make me a better player, and that's what I was looking forward to. And even Coach Scotty, all the other coaches, is just being around them, knowing that I could just change and become a great man and become a great football player, great track star, just all at once. So I know going under his wing is going to be amazing, and just the way he recruited, getting these guys that I done played against, like I said, T Mac, Noah, my guys like Kevin. Um, we can keep going on.
Right.
My cornerback dude, I came from Effie, my guy, like those
Price
guys,
off.
just
Yep.
getting all those guys and just having a bond and already having a chemistry and knowing how each other plays and knowing what we all can do on the field is just amazing. Like, it's just amazing.
Kean Burnett, I thought, said something really interesting when we had him on a while back, and he said,
Oh yeah, and Keon too. Yeah, he's a monster tight. Like I love that dude right there. He's a monster. I
for
can't
sure.
wait to be under him too.
Right. He made an interesting point. He said, a lot of times when you hear people commit to a school and then like the school is like, okay, well, you know what, we checked that box off. We'll revisit him. He's like, if anything, they started talking to me more after I
Yeah,
committed.
exactly, and that's true too. I mean, I done, of course had a great recruiting experience with all the colleges that done took me in and that done helped me through this recruiting process too. But it's just Coach Jed Fish is just something special, and it's just like like the communication and just the family bond and Coach Scotty Graham and me meeting the Y. It was just amazing. It's just amazing, and I wouldn't change it for a team.
All right. So how do they see you fitting in there next year? You are operating a little bit out of the backfield, a little bit in the slot, returning
But yeah,
kicks. What are you going to be
yeah,
doing?
yeah. All the things you said. That's all we picturing right now. Me and Coach Scotty Graham been talking over the plays and stuff and whatnot, and getting me ready mentally, emotionally. I'm not there physically yet, but I'm doing all the stuff that I can out here. Still working out and stuff like that, but he's getting me prepared off the phone and stuff. And our relationship is, of course, is a good bond or whatnot. So it's amazing.
Do you have an ideal playing weight where you're like, what, that'll be the best where I can continue keep my speed but get a little bit stronger? Have you guys talked about that at all?
Oh yeah, of course. My first year we talked about 175, 180, so I could be able to, of course, take hits. But most likely, I don't want to. Me personally, I don't want to get no more than to 190, 195,
Right.
200, because I can still, like you said, keep the speed, take the hits, and go on. Because size kind of really don't matter. It's if you can break those tackles and go.
I
And
assume they
that's
talk. I assume they talk to you about returning kicks.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. And punts too. I never did a punt before in my life, but of course, if they're willing for me to do that and I'll learn to do it, and we'll get going with punts as well.
Okay, so take us through a little bit of your visit then. How did that, because a lot of kids, they hear great things, but they get on the
Yeah.
visit and they're like, what was your visit like? And what were you like? All right, that's the place.
So me, I actually took, this was the first time. It was crazy because this was the first time my mother actually went on to a visit.
Okay.
So it was actually me and her and my brother, cousin, kind of like my best friend, my homie.
Mhm.
We all three of us, we kind of went, and it was different because, of course, like I said, my recruitment process always has been good, and I kind of visit other colleges as well. But this was different for all of us. Like we all felt different as a whole. Like it was me, my mom, and my best man, my right hand man. We all felt kind of different, and it's just the love. And we went on 3 different trips that weekend, and they stood out the most. Like they stood out the most, and and I would, like I said, I wouldn't change it for a thing. Like I'm actually happy I took it and I went. Me and my family, we sat and decided, and we loved the decision we made, and we going through with it.
You mentioned the NFL background that so many of these coaches had. Talk a little bit about that. That's got to be enticing for a guy that wants to play in the NFL,
Oh yeah,
obviously.
and that's what I meant back to what I was saying about them developing me into a best football player I can be, because they already been in a situation, they already coached these guys, they already been in it. So a freshman like me coming in there, and my expectation is, oh coach, I want to get to the league. They already know what it take. They tell they education, be prepared, be ready, never be late, stuff like that. I gotta start being responsible, stuff like that. And once I learn that type of stuff, of course, I'm gonna be able to perform and be ready for the big leagues.
Is Arizona becoming a hotter name in the Southern California high school football scene?
Yes, it is, and we're gonna keep ringing bells. Hopefully we still get more guys, and which we will. Hopefully we get some from Bosco as well, so I can have brotherly guys there too, that we could just hopefully make Arizona a Bosco culture as well. You never know, a Trinity League culture. We could bring some more Trinity League guys down there, some more SoCal guys down here. So that'd be amazing if we get some Cali trend going to the Phoenix, not Phoenix, Tucson, Arizona.
Okay, 2 questions before we let you sign off. When are you when are you arriving in camp? When are you arriving on campus?
May 15th
May.
or May 16th. It'll
Okay.
be May 14th to May 16th, but it'll be like one of those those 2 days. Like I don't kind of know like the exact day, but it's one of those days.
Okay, and then the last, well, actually 2 questions. We just had somebody ask: have you thought about running track at all at the U of A?
Yes.
Okay.
I just at the track meet, they were there and they actually seen with their own eyes me running 10-3. We had a whole talk. And I've been had a talk when I went down there on a visit. I talked with the track coach, so we already dialed in with track.
Okay, my man. And then last question: have any idea what you'd like to major in academically?
Oh, of course, I want to major in business. Property management, owning things and stuff like that, and getting a degree in that. Hopefully, doing 3 years fast, getting a degree. If not, I'll come back and finish it and get, like I said, get my degree and finish business, and just want to be able to own the things, and just making a big name for myself. Rayshon Luke, just Rayshon Luke, really. Yes, Speedy, but that's kind of like hard, like a sports kind of a thing.
Right.
But kind of like when I get on with my life and get older and stuff like that, I want to be able to portray Rayshon Luke and have a good name as Rayshon Luke as well.
Well, you know what? You got a fantastic last name there, my man. Great first name as well. And
Thank you.
I'll tell you what, you're going to a great school for business. It doesn't get much better than Eller.
Oh yeah, and that too. That's why I kind of and it's all falling apart. Like you just breaking me down in the questions, but that's why I commit as well. We had actually a meeting, me, my mom, and my best man. We had all the meeting with the businessman, and it was just amazing what he talked about. It was kind of like mind blowing how the business program is and how they're going. And I know they're going to get me going. They're going to get me ready and whatever I need to succeed in all in the business area program and all. So I know AFU is going to get me ready. U of A going to get me ready.
Man, it's been a pleasure, my man. Let's try to get you on one more time before you hit campus.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Okay. Rayshon Luke, again, Army All-American Bowl, track, wherever you want to go. This guy's got it. Just a pleasure to talk with you, my man. I appreciate you, bro.
Oh, thank you, Mike. Always, you can always hit me, and we can always hop on this thing, Mike.
We got you, dude. We'll definitely get you back before you get on to the U of A. Appreciate you, my man.
All right, Bears down.
Bear down, my man. Appreciate it. All right. This is a new era of Arizona football right here. I mean, let's be honest right there. We're going to get to that in just a second right there. Again, DraftKings Sportsbook app, code word PHNX. All right, here's the deal. Put in $5 down on these games. Get $150 in free plays if that team wins, and then not even if that team wins. You just get $150 in free plays. That's simple, that easy. Arizona only. Eligibility restrictions do apply. If you got a gambling issue, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. They'll get you all taken care of. 21 and up. Again, Arizona only. Get in on this right now where the playoffs are going on. This is a new era of Arizona football right here. I mean, you watch a guy like Speedy Luke right there. This is not somebody that you're used to getting at the U of A. And, Gary Lewis, appreciate all the compliments right there. But think about how Jedd Fisch is going to be able to utilize this young man out there. He talked about it. You're going to be able to use him out of the backfield. You're going to be able to use him on swings, put him in the slot. And when you've got an NFL background like Jedd Fisch does, you're going to utilize this young man. I mean, again, this is a kid that, if you watched that the Army All-American game, this is a different dude. There's a lot of guys out there that are fast, a lot of guys, but you don't see people with the football speed that he does. And I had a football player tell me this a long time ago. He said, there's guys that can run 4.4s. There's guys that can run 4.3s and 4.4s that run away from you. And that's what Speedy is. And there's a reason that he's called that. But even more so, he's a guy that when he gets the ball into open space, he can make you miss. So it's not like he's just got to have that straight line and then he goes. I mean, obviously that'll help. But he is the kind of guy that's going to be able to make you miss and then take it to the house. What's also fascinating about it is that his speed translates in that he's played against the best players in all of California. And like he talked about, and he put it very well, he said, get a little bit of that Trinity League background going on right there. And yeah, that's what you're looking at. And that's where I think this new Jedd Fisch era has really found itself. And that you just look at these guys across the roster right there. Again, we were just talking with Rayshon, but then you got Noah Fafito stuck out of the spring game. You got Kean Burnett, caught a touchdown, looked like an absolute monster out there. Everybody knows about T-Mac already. You've got Prysock, the DB, another top 250 kid, 4-star type guy. You got Green, USC decommit. This is a new era of Arizona football right here. And all of these guys, you can just imagine what Jedd Fisch wants to do to be able to get them all into space. And when you get guys like that into space, it's going to be a problem for the rest of the conference right there. I mean, you look up and down this conference right now, and I don't know that outside of maybe a USC or an Oregon that anybody's got better skill guys than Arizona's got coming in right there. And that's a big testament to what Jedd Fisch has done. All right, real quick, got to get to a little bit of Arizona hoops news. Obviously, you got to commit today. You got Philip Barabanikov, hold on, just sorry about that. We're going to call him Philip for this one. He is spent a lot of time looking at his tape. And again, it's tape, so take it for what it's worth. Here's what you know, and we're going to talk more tomorrow. We got AJ Bramlett coming on at 10 a.m. We'll talk more about it. He's 6'8". He can shoot. He can handle. He can do a little bit of everything. He is also the type of player that I think will be able to come in immediately, be a rotation guy, and then you're looking at as an upperclassman, probably be a starter. Coach Tommy Lloyd's talked about it. He wants guys that are going to be able to come in here and will be part of the program, that will be, the continuity will be there. And that's what Jedd Fisch too. But that's what Tommy Lloyd, I think, is looking for. So we'll be able to break down a little bit more of his game, but there's going to be more where this came from. I'm just going to tease you with that. This isn't going to be the last. It's probably not going to be the last foreign commit that U of A has from this class. And you know what? There's more to come. If you're Tommy Lloyd and you've got those kind of connections, why in the world wouldn't you use them? He's going to use them. So they're going to be mining all parts of the earth to be able to find the best players for U of A. You should also be going, though, if you want to mine the best parts of the earth, go to PHNX, get the membership right now, It's worth it. You got all the best contents. The Suns are destroying it right now. Obviously, Craig Morgan with the Coyotes, name speaks for itself. Diamondbacks, great coverage. Sun Devils, Cardinals, across the board. Everybody's got it. This is your one-stop shop for everything in Arizona. But like I said, tomorrow we'll be back on with AJ Bramlett talking some U of A hoops. Big thanks to Speedy Luke. Also, again, got to pay the bills. DraftKings Sportsbook app, code word PHNX. Put in $5 on any of these playoff games and you get $150 in free plays. The only caveat is you got to be a new customer, Arizona only, 21 and up, gambling problem, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. But that's where it comes down to. Again, this is the best. It's DraftKings Sportsbook app is been around for a while, and there's a reason that it's partnered with all the big franchises and all the big leagues. But again, for Rayshon, I can't thank you enough, my man. We will definitely get you back on before you hit campus. What a fantastic kid that is right there. But again, we'll be back with you tomorrow with AJ Bramlett. I am Mike Luke, and thank you so much for listening to the AZ Wildcats podcast.